President Joe Biden becomes the first president in history to pardon his son for criminal activity. Joe Biden decided that he was going to pardon one more turkey before the end of Thanksgiving weekend. I'm here all week, folks. I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your Dumpster Fire. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. In honor of Dumpster Fire 169, man. It is all about Hunter Biden. What could be more appropriate than talking about a degenerate crackhead who loved hookers for episode 169? Here's the thing. After repeatedly promising he would not pardon Hunter Biden,
that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Joe Biden did exactly that. Everybody knew this. Well, not everybody. The media and the left-wing people and Democrats who would die on the hill of Joe and Hunter Biden, they couldn't believe that this happened. The rest of us knew, obviously, this was going to happen, predicted it for months, and knew it was coming. This is, again, why the Democrats lost, and they don't understand it still yet. And they had this one thing that they were clinging to, and the whole media has been clinging to. Well, look at the honorable Joe Biden. He would never pardon even his son for these criminal activities. This is a man of honor and truth and glory.
Our current president of the United States has so much respect for the law that he has said he would not pardon his son.
There's a kind of old school sort of flinty core to his conception of how you are to be in the system, how you are to be as a person, a moral person.
And then he let out this insane statement on Sunday night about how his son was an addict and he felt he was being unfairly persecuted and all these other lies. And then it came out that he's actually been talking about pardoning him since June. And he's just been lying to the public, saying that he wouldn't. And the media's been doing the bidding and never researched anything from the Hunter Biden laptop, never researched any of the shady dealings with the international organizations and oligarchs in China and Ukraine. And the media really just abandoned all of its duties completely when it came to Joe and Hunter Biden. And now you have them looking even less credible than they did before this happened. I'm not sure if that's even possible. Yet there's a 9-minute tape that Tom Elliott put together, and it's just a mixtape of lies from the media.
He's going to get pardoned by his dad. There's no question about that.
The president has ruled out pardoning his son.
Carrying all of the water for these criminals.
Democrats stand for the rule of law. Remember, law and order.
He even went so far as to say he wouldn't pardon his son. That's how much respect he has for the system.
So for those of you who don't know about Hunter Biden and what his charges were actually for, the criminal charges, in this past summer, June of 2024, he was found guilty of tax evasion charges as well as gun-related charges. The tax stuff goes back to like 2016 to 2019. The gun stuff goes back to 2018. Conveniently, the pardon extends back to 2014. Now, the Biden family will argue that this is because they're worried that the DOJ is going to unfairly persecute their son for his criminally related activities, possibly taking money from foreign influences like oligarchs in Ukraine. He sat on the board at Burisma, got paid $1 million by them as a consultant. He also apparently never paid taxes on that money. Trump has long said he was going to go after the Biden family for basically all of this criminal, shady dealings they've had with places like China, Ukraine, and perhaps bring FARA charges, the foreign, it's when you basically don't register as a foreign agent, or that you're having dealings with foreign agents or taking money, because they were essentially peddling influence. This is like all been completely ignored. If you never ever leave the left-wing media ecosystem, you would have no idea that any of this was even happening. There have been entire books written about this. If you want to know more about it and you're curious, I suggest you go read some of those books. Kate Hyde had a great tweet that I love. Biden's presidency started with him denying the existence of Hunter's laptop and is ending with Biden pardoning Hunter for all the things found in his laptop. The laptop that didn't exist. This was why, back when that story was breaking in 2020, this is why I knew in 2020 that it must have been really bad, because they suppressed it so completely. It is actually insane that this is how he's ending his presidency now. It's perfectly poetic that this is how this is ending. As Red Steez, who's been on fire, you should also follow him on Twitter if you don't. If the media actually does their job on Biden's decline instead of reflexively blaming everyone who noticed it as conspiracy theorists, he probably doesn't run again. If the media did their job on investigating Hunter Biden's foreign financial dealings, good chance he's facing FARA charges. Instead, they just went into complete protection mode, so enjoy what comes next. This is why I'm like, I don't care. Of course he was going to pardon him. It's a son. He probably wouldn't give two shits if he wasn't somehow going to be implicated by any investigation into his son that would have happened in the Trump years. So I still think it's self-preservation. If you know anything about Joe Biden, he's just a corrupt kind of bad person. He lied about having a granddaughter. He didn't force his son to pay child support. Like, he's been enabling this guy and also just using him as a pawn in his political career since he was a child. Hunter really didn't, I don't think like you stand a chance in this entire situation, but he was also enabled and used his whole life. And what's kind of funny is that everybody's pointing out that these charges are going back to 2014 because that's when Hunter Biden joined the board of Burisma and was paid by these Ukrainian oligarchs. I was thinking about how these criminal charges, taxes, hookers, blow, being a fuckhead, buying a gun and ditching it in front of a school or whatever that story was. It's some crazy story. If he hadn't been this colossal fuck up who got all these criminal charges, he never would have been able to get pardoned back to 2014. Maybe it was 5D chess. Did that ever occur to you guys? I mean, they tell you not to do drugs, but you know what? The drugs saved him in this instance. I'm excited. I think it's good. I think the illusion that any one party, this happened during the Trump years, and I said this on Twitter. I was like, you guys don't get to take the moral high ground anymore. You have a president who had paid off porn stars and has all these affairs and et cetera, et cetera. So enjoy what comes next, as Red Steez likes to say. And now you have the left wing that's been, norms, and we've got the moral high ground on democracy, which you don't. But now that's been destroyed. It was your one card you kind of had left to play.
And it's a great reminder that one political party remains committed to the rule of law and the other doesn't.
Joe Biden has already proven he's willing to stand up for the rule of law in a way that we could all never imagine Donald Trump to do.
And now basically the argument that they're making is but Trump, which isn't the argument you think it is. You're essentially saying we accept that our party's doing the same thing that we've been accusing the other party of doing. You had like Whoopi on The View being like, he was a crackhead. Joe Biden had to do this for Hunter. He just looked around and said, look at this crime all the way down on the other side.
I think he said, well, why am I busting my behind to stay straight when nobody else is, when no one else is doing it?
Your argument is that you don't have to uphold your morals because the other side doesn't? I don't think that's a great place, although I do think it's a great place for politics because both sides pretending that they have any kind of moral high ground and that they aren't somehow interested in corrupt lies here or there or power, wanting power, keeping power, holding power, how all of these people can trade in the stock market and make millions of dollars on policies that they're helping influence. These are the kinds of things that regular Americans look at and go, I hate all of you. You're all corrupt. Now I think the playing field is even. Can we please stop using the moral high ground arguments? None of you have them anymore. It is now game on. I actually think The culture wars are just beginning. My theory about why the culture wars are just getting ramped up. The right, as we've mentioned in past episodes, has more cultural capital than I've ever known in my lifetime. A sense of cool. They captured some of the young people for the first time in generations. Trump 2024. And they captured a lot of everybody, people of color, minorities, people who traditionally don't vote for Republicans. So you have a more diverse coalition on the right, and you have some cultural capital. And now you have an even playing field on the moral high ground stance, and that everybody knows everybody's full of it. Everybody knows that no one has the moral high ground. So I think the playing field has been leveled and the games have just begun.
Are you not entertained?
We are now going to see the ramping up of the culture wars. If you thought the last couple of decades were crazy, hang on to your butts. Begun. The culture wars have begun. The culture wars have. Before our next segment, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, touch my bells and buttons. Help us get to 100,000. I don't think we're going to do it. It's a lofty goal, but we're shooting for the moon here at Phetasy. You have to stick around for the ad to see the weather report. Sorry, them's the rules. You've all heard me talk about my Bone Charge red light face mask and how much I love it, and the holidays are here, and this is a great gift for someone that you love in your life. Getting older sucks, especially when your job requires you to be on camera. It's just noticing wrinkles, lines, sunspots, and I don't like to do a ton of intervention on these things. And so I've been using my Bone Charge red light face mask for 10 minutes every night. It boosts collagen and elastin production. It's super lightweight on the face. Other problems the red light face mask helps with: sore jaw, eczema, migraines, acne, scar tissue, wound healing, relaxation, razor burn, and ingrown facial hair. My skin looks younger and glowing. I even had someone from junior high reach out and ask me what I was doing to my skin after I started using this. Go to bonecharge.com/Bridget and use the coupon code Bridget to save 15% off. That's boncharge.com/BRIDGET. Use the coupon code Bridget to save 15% off. Link is in the description below. Now, everyone's favorite segment. Let's check in with the weather with Susana Alameda.
Del Golfo de México, rachas de hasta 80 kilómetros por hora que dejan alto oleaje Tamaulipas y Veracruz. Por otra parte, tenemos ingreso de humedad desde el Pacífico generando nublados densos aquí.
Thank you, Susana.
Beyond Parody.
There was a whole article about how Tesla owners are embarrassed to drive Teslas now that Elon has come out in support of Trump. There's a whole market of bumper stickers that has grown around this. And they're selling these stickers that say things like the anti-Elon Tesla Club. And I bought this before Elon went crazy. Most of them aren't considering selling their Tesla. They're just putting a sticker on it so that they can still be a cool person with a Tesla, but like, oh, I've got a Tesla, but like, I don't endorse that space clown. Well, Tesla owners who are embarrassed to drive their Tesla and male tampon users, do we have a car for you? It's been leaked that the new Jaguar, which we covered a couple of weeks ago, is going to be a pink electric vehicle. It is like tampon box pink. Who is buying this car? Someone in the comments said it's people who love Oppenheimer and Barbie. That was funny. I thought that was clever. This is the Dylan Mulvaney of cars. It is unbelievable to me that they would think this is actually what their customer base wants from them. So this was the car that was not shown in the ad campaign that was relentlessly mocked by us. You went from Tom Hiddleston to this?
It is the ultimate Barbenheimer car, whereas like literally someone got the idea when that whole Barbenheimer thing was going
They're
on.
like, you take a guy who likes Oppenheimer, but he's also a little gay. But even the gays wouldn't drive a car this gay.
Some of them might.
Anti-Elon Tesla Club.
Yep. They're all going to switch to the pink Jag, the pink electric Jag.
That is the audience. This is exactly the car the anti-Elon Tesla Club owner should go get. Sell your Tesla and get behind Jaguar's rebrand. Come on, guys. Get on board. Are you an ally or not? Well, that's it, guys. This was fun. We're back next Sunday. We will be premiering these live and in the chat every Wednesday night at 8 and Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Come join us in the chat. It's always fun. It helps us out to juice that algo. Ew, I just wanted to throw up in my mouth after I said that.
Yeah, juice the algo. That sounds gross.
If you love Dumpster Fire, the best thing you can do is become a supporter at Phetasy.com. We're here for you. We want to see you behind the paywall. We've got the unedited version that drops before the edited version drops. We also have factory settings with my husband, another round with me. There's all kinds of paywall content and probably more coming because I'm a psychopath with too many ideas. Housekeeping. We're Moving Walk-ins. Welcome to its own YouTube channel. Please go like, subscribe over there, and comment. The link is in the description below. We have a holiday sale at BridgetPhetasy.com. You use the code MaryPhetasy and get a discount off all of the older stuff. Thank you to everybody who makes Dumpster Fire possible. Mostly you, our viewer, and our supporters, and our commenters, and our hilarious audience. We love you. We love seeing you in the chat. Thank you for being here right now. If you're here right now watching, see how I did that? It's very meta. And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is Remember, life is absurd. Don't take yourself so seriously. Take the work seriously. Don't take yourself seriously. We'll be back on Sunday. See you then. This has been your Dumpster Fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich! And I'll buy a pink Jaguar. Notice I wore pink for this.
Yes. That was a deliberate Bridget
My boobs
move.
are gone. My boobs are gone.
Pour one out for Bridget's boobs, guys.
Pour one out for my titties.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.